Hello and welcome to my Elite Dangerous, my personal fleet carrier, my second look Beta 2, Planetary Exploration. Well, this is the 23rd. We have about 3 days left in the Beta 2. And you, if you have 1 million available, you have the option to purchase a fleet carrier through the 26th, going on right now. The services will only be 100 credits per service, so you can try out one if you wish. I really like mine, and in June I'm going to purchase it, even if it's 5 billion, which it probably will be in June when we can purchase it for real, and I'm sure I'll do that. The previous video was an asteroid mining video, and the previous one toward that is a brand new series that we're doing. No Man's Sky, staying alive and repairing ship. Starting out at the very beginning. Now, we're not going to just continue on from that stage. We're going to do, because the way No Man's Sky does it, when you come in, they just plop you in a dynamically created planet. Everything's different, all of those things. So we're going to do, 5 or more starting from scratch videos. More of practice, getting used to the beginnings of No Man's Sky. The one thing I have heard the most from people is the very beginning of No Man's Sky is daunting. It's very difficult. And then when I started playing with it, it was daunting. And it was difficult to really get a grasp of. So I decided that I was going to play around with it a little bit and watch some videos and try to get the gist of it. How to get through the very first stage. Surviving and repairing the ship. After I felt even a smidgen comfortable, I created the first video. So be sure you watch that video and watch the next 4 or 5 where we do the same thing. We start brand new, collect materials, repair the ship. So we get comfortable doing that, and after we get comfortable, all's going well, then we'll move on. And I haven't moved on yet, so I don't know. Even myself, I'm learning as we go. So, and it's a VR game also, just like Elite Dangerous can be. And everything I do is VR. I use the Oculus Rift S. It works pretty good, except for when it loses tracking, then I'm not happy. So, there's a lot of things that make me unhappy. So, well, we need to get started. We need to go find out where we're going to Planetary Explore. So let's get going. Be sure to look to the lower right hand corner of the page and you'll find that subscribe button. If you haven't already subscribed, please do. It doesn't cost you anything and you get notified when I create additional videos.
Landing gear retracted.
Ship released. Move clear of the landing pad.
Okay, we're going to 12AB, or A12B is where we're going. I believe it was A12A last time. If I just happen to have missed that, we'll go back and do A12A the next time. But let's do A12B.
Frameshift drive charging. Ready to engage. 4, 3, 2, 1. Engage.
I'm on check while we're going. It was A12A and we need to go to A12B. Sys view. Make sure we're all lined up. because it wasn't too late to change our course, but we're on the right course. And if you press that subscribe, it does help me out with YouTube eventually, and I could use all the help I can get. Underneath the video in the description, you will see ways to donate finances this year, which is, a lot of people are going through a tough time, and yeah, we're not an exception. We're going through a very tough financial time also. So we could use some help with our YouTube channel. The storage costs are high when you create over 720 videos, trying to store all that in the raw videos that we're storing. We need as much help as we can get. Underneath the video and to the left, you'll see our YouTube channel, GFM_RDG, where there's over 720 more videos for you to watch, all since January, and now we're even doing No Man's Sky. So this is with the latest update. It would be, I believe, Beyond. If I haven't messed that up, somebody will correct me, I'm sure, if I did mess that up. But I believe that is the latest update. And I don't know much about the lore and all of that of the game. Maybe I'll learn it over time. But we're just trying to stay alive right now. You have to gather lots of materials in No Man's Sky just to survive the harsh elements. And then you have to fix your ship. So that's all we're doing right now, is just surviving and fixing the ship. And after we kind of get tired of that, we're going to do that over and over and over again for 5 to 10 videos until we got it down. That practice that we preach all the time. We need to practice. So we're going to practice the hardest part, one of the hardest parts, and that's the beginning. So after we feel comfortable with that and we can get through the beginning without issue, then we'll move on to the next part. At the moment, I have no clue what the next part is, so I'll have to find out. So, but at the moment, I have several times now, and we have a video on it. I have survived and I haven't died yet in any of the tries that I've done, and I repaired the ship a few times. So I think I might be starting to get the hang of it, so watch that video. It looks like it has potential. So I do have also a playlist that has completed. I'm not saying we couldn't go back and try to do ice fishing again, but just to see if it works now, because it wasn't working before. But on Ultimate Fishing Simulator. And I have a playlist on VR pinball. It's all a lot of fun.
Orbital flight engaged.
I have really enjoyed all of the VR stuff that we do. And I've been thinking about No Man's Sky for a long time, and I've owned the game for a long time. And it just hasn't worked out in the past, because like a lot of people, I was a little frustrated, didn't have a lot of time to try to figure it out, and I finally sat down and figured it out. So be sure to check that video out. No Man's Sky, staying alive and repairing the ship. Okay, let's do the look around like we always do. Now, No Man's Sky is a little more cartoonish than Elite Dangerous. I like Elite Dangerous because it really, at times, feels like reality. Now, the 7 interdictions and 1 Super Cruise run doesn't seem like reality. That's pretty much pirate fantasy. But there's more. That's more arcade-ish, and so I'm not perfectly happy with Elite Dangerous. There are several things like the stuck throttles and the mission critical message while you're trying to look at the missions board and stuff that drive me nuts. But I keep coming back to it, and we get most of our views in Elite Dangerous. So yeah, that counts for a lot. So sis landing. So we'll see what the No Man's Sky does. If it gets very few views, then we'll do more. We'll do more Elite Dangerous. But if it gets as many as Elite Dangerous, we'll divide time with No Man's Sky and Elite Dangerous. But if it just tears it up and we get views, you know, more than we can handle, and that's where most of our views are going to come from, then we would do more No Man's Sky than even Elite Dangerous. But it's all based on how many views we get. So you can vote on what we do the most of by watching the videos, and tell us what you like watching more. Now, of course, Elite Dangerous beats out Ultimate Fishing Simulator and VR Pinball. Ultimate Fishing Simulator doesn't do terrible. It does okay. But not like Elite Dangerous. So we'll see what No Man's Sky does. And we're doing the same thing. I just take you along. We do a lot of things over and over and over again because that's what we have to do. We have to grind. And No Man's Sky, it's one of the grinding games. You have to grind. And I don't know everything about No Man's Sky yet, but I'll find out. We will find out together. Is this alternate? Gravity might be a little heavy because it sure is falling a long ways between each time I feather the throttle. So I have to be really careful. Keep from slamming into the planet. We don't like slamming into the planet. Have I slammed into the planet before? Oh, you betcha. I sure have. I don't really want to do that. Is this down? Is this dark? Got to get away from the ship before we can turn around and get on the turret side and dismiss the ship. Sis, ship.
Ship dismissed.
She'll go into orbit until we recall her back again. All right. I appreciate you coming along.
Handbrake is on. Cargo scoop deployed.
Make sure that you look in that lower right hand corner and press that subscribe button, because I really need that. I need about 16 times more subscribers than I currently have. our view numbers are staying up pretty well. But it's been a little bit since we have completed Ultimate Fishing Simulator. That's why I've been thinking about another game. I like having two games going at the same time. And No Man's Sky had been on my #1 list, but I had to get comfortable with it first. Because I was not comfortable with it. It just was not working out really good. But I finally just sat down with it and said, okay, I'm going to figure this out. And yeah, it's not as bad as I've been thinking it was. It's okay. But we'll see. Well, we're going to give it a shot. At least the part that I was having the most trouble with, which was the very beginning, it seems like I might have overcome that. Now, sulfur, as we saw in the last video when we were asteroid mining, we filled that up. So anytime we find sulfur, it's going to be full until we get out to the material trader. Now, I don't know, since it's only like 3 days left in the beta, we probably won't go out to the material trader. Now, I have to in live, but we're going to do far more raw material trading after we get the fleet carrier for good. We're going to do what we've been doing. We'll pick planets and we'll just go and run around and collect materials, and we'll do asteroid mining for tritium and LTDs, low temperature diamonds. And uninhabited systems, because I don't want to deal with pirates. So this has been pretty nice down here in this system. It's been very peaceful, and I really enjoyed it. And we'll probably find more systems like this one to go to that's close to Sothis and Ceos. Yeah, it's coming up on it a little bit too fast. Yeah, the gravity's not that good. They're staying up pretty well. Yep, there's sulfur. It's full. That's what we found out while we were asteroid mining, that it was full. It is. I knew we'd verify that. But that VR pinball, that's pretty cool. I mean, the board comes alive. So check out those videos too. I do enjoy that. I would like for them to run more specials on the DLCs, the additional boards, or you guys could send a donation and put on there do more VR pinball or something, and then I'd buy some of those. But we just don't have the funds right now. That's why we're asking for donations. We just don't have the funds for anything. And I might have to do away with some of the oldest raw video, because we just are running out of storage space, and I can't really afford more hard drives for our storage array. So if you want to help us there, that would really be great, and we wouldn't have to do away with some of that raw video, because we take video of every time we're in game. no matter what game that is. And we might only be able to keep a month at a time, just in case we have to go back. I do want to keep all of the published videos, just because YouTube has been known to lose them, and that would be terrible. Make sure I get all of these before I go after another rock. But No Man's Sky is a very popular game. That's why we were looking at it. And if Star Citizen will get back into VR, I'll do that one too. But so far it's not, they haven't put it back into VR. When it first came out, it was in VR, and then they expanded it and they removed the VR portion, and they say they're going to put it back as soon as they get further along. And when they do, then I'll start doing Star Citizen videos. Yeah, there's kind of a space theme on a lot of my games. Not all of them, but most of them. I do like the simulation aspect. Now, I'd like it more if Elite Dangerous would stick with the simulation instead of going off on those pirate tangents and stuff like that. But for me, what's important is what's important to you. If you watch Elite Dangerous more than anything else, well, we'll do more Elite Dangerous than anything else. If you watch No Man's Sky more than Elite Dangerous, we'll do mainly, or not all, but because we get so many views on Elite Dangerous, we'll do more of the No Man's Sky. But if we just get a few No Man's Skies over time, then we'll stay with Elite Dangerous as our primary. But it's up to you. You make that decision. You make that vote. I do not vote that. It's all based on the viewership. And if you have games that are like Elite Dangerous, Star Citizen, No Man's Sky, Ultimate Fishing Simulator, PR or VR Pinball, let me know. I'm willing to check some things out. Now, I might need some donations that I can afford it, because right now we can't afford anything. But I appreciate all of those that have subscribed. I mean, I'm shocked that I got as many subscribers as I do, but it's just YouTube requires so many more, like 16 times what I got in subscribers. It's just craziness why they require that many. So if you haven't subscribed, please do so. Watch more of our videos. We have about a fourth. We need about 4 times the hours watched than we have. So that's better. It's better than the subscription count. But I do enjoy running around the planet in the galvanized cobalt SRV. Yeah, I'm looking forward to seeing what paint jobs they have for the fleet carrier, especially if they got galvanized cobalt. That would be interesting. And the back end of the fleet carrier and the middle of the fleet carrier all looks fine. I mean, I'm good with that part. It's just the front end needs work. And there's some different front ends I've seen in pictures. So I am interested in a different front end. After this video, we'll create another cargo mission. I spent about 200 million on fighters. Yep, we're full on sulfur. Can't take that one. So I'm trying to make up that 200 million before I started doing cargo missions again, but after this video we'll go ahead and create one. We're close to getting back there where we were, but we have a new vulture and a fer de lance. It's supposed to be possibly two of the best fighters. One is small, one is medium. And they say the fer de lance takes some getting used to. It is the best, one of the best, if you can overcome some of the technical aspects of it. It's not super easy to fly. And I'm not a combat guy anyway, so I'm going to have to learn all that. I mean, yeah, I've done skimmers and stinger killing, but when you get to competent, it takes like 10 kills for 1%. And I still got like 78% to go. 77, 78%. That's just way too much. So that's why we're looking into fighters and submitting to the interdictions and then going after the interdictor. And if there seem to be too much for us, that they're taking out way too much of our shields and we can't get locks on them and we can't fire on them, then we'll run until I can get better at it. I am interested to see how many views we get on those No Man's Sky videos. Let's see where we're at in time. Yeah, not too bad. We might do some more. But I didn't want to quickly go through No Man's Sky. I wanted to take it a little bit at a time, really understand and help the viewer understand some of the difficulties that I had in the beginning. Just getting a grasp of everything. And what materials did you absolutely have to have, and some of them, yeah, it's good to have them later on, but some you have to have right now, like sodium and carbon and that dye. Oh, I forgot what that one is. Starts the dye and then hydrogen, yeah, dihydrogen. And the furet dust. I mean, those you really have to have pretty quickly just to stay alive. Especially the sodium, the ferret dust, and carbon. You have to have those like pretty much immediately. So you kind of focus on those things and as priority. And what's nice, if you can go ahead and find your ship, get your visor working, and find your ship. Anytime that the hazardous health runs low, you can just go set in the ship and it recharges you. So even though the ship is broken when you first start the game and you have to fix it, you can get in the ship and it will recharge your suit. So that's pretty good. I am going to have to find out how to get the advanced mining laser. That's going to, yeah, we kind of need that. So I need to work on that one. Yep, that one's sulfur. It's kind of funny that, and I wonder if No Man's Sky did it before Elite Dangerous, but they use tritium for fuel. But they can use a lot of different kind of fuel, like uranium and tritium. They don't have to have just one specific fuel. They've got several types of fuel that they can use. What I understand, my limited understanding of No Man's Sky. Certainly not an expert at it. I'm going to learn it though. We're going to stay on the beginning planets for a little bit until we get that down. You know, the absolute required material we have to just get by, and then we're going to learn how to get some of the other tools that you need. We're going to learn all of that. It does seem like it has a lot of potential. And I've heard some of the latest updates they've done on No Man's Sky have been quite impressive. So we'll find out. Stick with me. Over time, we'll do it. Now, if it gets tons of videos, we'll do a whole lot more of it. We'll learn it faster. But that's up to you guys, how many views we get for No Man's Sky. If Elite Dangerous still gets more views, then we'll do mainly Elite Dangerous with a few side No Man's Skies. But if we get bombarded with No Man's Sky views, well, we'll do more of that. I think we got them up here. Just one down there. Sis, ship.
Ship recalled.
Yep, I need to work on publishing this video and then creating a cargo missions video. Find out where she goes. Sulfur, sulfur. Okay. Yep, I do like the cutters. I use the cutters except for cargo missions. Now when we buy tritium, yeah, I'm okay with using the cutter for that. Well, I appreciate you coming along. Make sure you press that subscribe button if you haven't already done so in the bottom right hand corner of the video. Sis down. Sis down. Got a little bit further to go. And make sure you consider donating. Sis landing.
Landing gear retracted.
Sis left.
Frameshift drive charging.
Sis alternate.
Ready to engage. 4, 3, 2, 1. Engage.
Yeah, I hate seeing that the fleet carrier beta ends, but it just means we're closer to being able to buy it permanently. Sis left. For some reason we lost it for a minute. Yeah, it's always behind the planet no matter what. And if you would, look under the video to the left and you'll see our YouTube channel, GFM_RDG, where you'll find over 720 more videos to watch just since January, including VR Pinball, Ultimate Fishing Simulator, Elite Dangerous, and now No Man's Sky. If you want to see more No Man's Sky videos created, just watch them. That tells me that you're interested in the No Man's Sky videos. If nobody watches the No Man's Sky videos, then I'll make less of them. I'll probably still make a few of them just to have them. But we make the priority is set by the number of views and the number of hours watched. So you, the viewer, decides what we do. Now, after beta, when we only have the live account, we'll probably split time between cargo missions, trips out to Dav's Hope and Jameson crash site, and No Man's Sky. Until we purchase the fleet carrier in June, and then we go back to videos based on the fleet carrier, because that has gotten the most views so far. Sis left. Sis left. Yeah, we'll turn it back on. But I do appreciate you coming along. I appreciate all those that have subscribed and all of those that watch the videos. It means a lot to me. Does encourage me to continue making videos. If I didn't have the subscribers and if I didn't have the hours watched, there'd be really no sense in creating the videos.
Welcome, Commander.
Sis left.
Adherence to the speed limit is appreciated. Docking request accepted. Maintain an appropriate speed during approach. Request accepted.
Our next video we'll do cargo missions again. We're close to being back to the 12 billion after spending about 200 million on 2 fighter ships. And I still have to spend some more on the Fer-de-Lance to get all the right modules in it. But we'll do that over time. But yes, grinding's a pain, but you can pretty much buy whatever you want. With 12 billion, I can buy fleet carriers, I can buy 4 cutters and 4 pythons, I can buy fighters, I can buy about anything I want.
Landing gear deployed.
I can put 17,000 tons of tritium on board the fleet carrier if I wanted, which I actually have. That's what it's got on it right now, is about 17,000 tons. But you can do things like that. But yes, you have to grind. But I grind for the videos mainly, for the YouTube channel. Keeps me motivated. Again, I appreciate you coming along. Be sure to catch my next videos. Be sure to catch the No Man's Sky video that I created and all the other videos we have. So until the next video, thank you for watching.